Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm getting unpacked from a recent hunting trip down to Georgia, and we were successful. I've got my fourth deer ever in Georgia. Got a buck in that cooler right there. Ice down for a few days, and we've also got a mess, as you can see. Got a pallet full of Battle-Born batteries that showed up while I was gone, but we've got all this plastic covering and tarps that were on the lumber there, which I've got to get covered again. But as you can see, the reason we got a mess is we've got a big building here. We've got our barn dominium, the Burghoff, getting at least the majority of the way done. The crew with Caleb Yawn around here, they came in, and in 3.5 days they did this, and then his concrete crew came back to do the truck camper pad and also the patio for the barn dough. And then after this, we're going to extend the roof out, going to create our upstairs porch and all that. So we've still got a long ways to go, and then we have to do all the interior stuff ourselves. But anyways, that's what I got going on. And then we also have to winterize the truck camper because we got some crazy cold weather coming our way at the end of the week. But today I wanted to answer a question real quick from Brian. It's a question that I've kind of, to be honest, avoided for some time because I didn't have a really good answer for it. But now I've learned of some new solutions to a problem that people are having, and so I wanted to go ahead and answer that question. So Brian asks, what mounting system do you have for your HUMMINBIRD 360 transducer? Great question, and again, haven't had a good answer until now. So this is the system we have right now. It's dirty. I know I haven't really been able to clean it recently. Been out hunting too much. But so we've got the 360 unit here, and then the mount that we have been using for the last 3 years is this one right here. This is the Fortrex mount, I believe. And so the Fortrex mount, it was a little bit smaller than the MOTORGUIDE Tour Pro as far as the shaft width, the shaft diameter. So what we ended up having to do is Jason at bassboatelectronics.com, he had a friend machine this portion out, this collar out, and that allowed us to go ahead and mount this on the MOTORGUIDE Tour Pro. So we jerry-rigged a little bit, and so there at the time there was not a solution on the market for putting a 360 transducer on a MOTORGUIDE Tour Pro, but that's changed now, and I'm glad, because this system right here has not worked all that well. It has worked, and it could work better if I hadn't lost this little sheet of rubber that actually went around the collar, and then I put clamped it down onto the shaft of the trolling motor, and that rubber piece that went between this collar and the shaft kept it from wanting to rotate on the shaft, in rough weather and on the road. So this was since I lost that little rubber piece, which I could easily replace, but just haven't. I've had to constantly have to just move this clamp back into, or this mount back into place to make sure that it's straight off the bow. So the good news is, even though I've been dealing with this for 3 years and it's definitely worked, it hasn't been the best solution, but I guess it has been the best solution for what's available. So the good news is you don't have to jerry-rig a Fortrex mount like I had to anymore, because on the market now, a company called Transducer Saver, who has made a lot of great transducer brackets and things like that, has come out with a bracket adapter, which essentially you can use the original S mount for HUMMINBIRD 360 on the 2-inch shaft on a MOTORGUIDE Tour Pro or Tour. So that is kind of what the options are. Now, I've had a lot of people ask me about, just replacing the HUMMINBIRD 360 with, perspective mode you know, Panoptix live scope or something like that. We actually tried that where we had two different live scope transducers, one on the you know, the shaft or the head of the trolling motor, and then one on the shaft that was in perspective mode. And honestly, it just was not a equal replacement. 360 is just so super helpful for especially shallow water fishing. It is so critical that I have 360. You know, we've tried to get rid of it because it is adding a lot to the overall like trolling motor situation here. But it is definitely a tool that I'm not going to get rid of. And so I'm really happy to see that next year we don't have to deal with this jerry rig mount anymore. We actually can use that new transducer saver. All right, so that is the good news. You can go buy that transducer saver adapter, and they are in stock at bassboatelectronics.com right now. I'm going to put a link in the description below so you can go to that and buy it straight from my buddy Jason there at BBE. So anyways, guys, thank you, Brian, for the question. That is the answer, and I'm really glad that I finally can give a good answer on that question because I've been trying to figure that out for a while, and I'm glad that transducer saver ended up saving the day. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. I'm going to see you out on the water.